There's another cathedral in St. Clarity. Perhaps we should try going there next. Just like this one, it's watched over by one of the Mothers Superior. It has another of those stained glass murals as well. Perhaps there's some connection with your powers.
St. Clarity, huh? I guess I knew this day was coming.
The path to get there is through the forest east of my house. Let's get moving.
So, if I remember correctly, if I do a little bit of exploring around here, there is a chest somewhere. There aren't too many of those random chests scattered about in the overworld, but even the few that you do find do have some good pickups in them. I would recommend trying to seek them out. Unfortunately, I don't remember where it was. Maybe it was a little further north. Now what? Chest. A mana potion. Sometime later, I stroked my beard.
It would appear we got rid of our pursuers. Perhaps we can set up camp here tonight and recover our strength. Marvelous teamwork, everyone!
We didn't need to run. I could have defeated them all if the rest of you hadn't stopped me. I mean, what's wrong with CrisTales?
I'm tired and I feel strange. I don't know anything about my family, or my history, or my power, or any of it. And now I've left all my friends and...
Christopher, wasn't it? Her whole life was just turned upside down. So maybe we should just let her be. CrisTales, I know you want to help everyone back home. But to do that, you and I are going to have to develop your powers.
How's a kid like you gonna teach her anything?
Wilhelm had the courage to help us escape. We owe him our thanks. You will find it to be a great mistake to judge a mage by his appearance. But for right now, we need to rest. We will have plenty of new problems to face in the morning.
Yes.
Why did you leave St. Clarity?
I wanted to avenge my brother, Aiden. He died in the fight against the Empress. I promised myself that, just like him, I wouldn't let anyone else die. I had been searching around, looking for clues. One of them led me to Narim. Some goblins had been sighted near here, and I knew from experience they were part of the Empress's army. I decided to take care of them myself. Aiden was my hero. But he got caught up in this stupid conflict. Sometimes I wonder if, by fighting back, I'm just prolonging the war and helping to create more tragedies like him.
I'm sorry to hear that. He sounds like he was a brave man.
Yes.
Aren't you nervous?
Why should I be? Did you see how we combined our magic when we rusted that giant shield? Maybe this is destiny. Now I'm actually really glad I spent all that time learning magic with my mom. Did you have a relative who taught you?
No, I was actually in an orphanage until... well, everything happened so fast.
CrisTales?
What is it, Professor?
Professor? Don't call me that.
How about teacher? Master?
Master? No! Just call me Wilhelm.
I can't do that. It feels too weird calling my magic teacher by his first name. It seems somehow disrespectful.
Well, if you must call me something, call me Maestro, I suppose. I am something of a virtuoso when it comes to time magic.
Maestro?
If you must. Well, anyway, I want you to have these.
Time seeds.
Seeds? Are these like the seeds we planted before?
They're much more important. Time mages can use them to revert to an earlier state when things go wrong. It's a little hard to explain, but you'll understand it when you see it.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, Maestro.
Right. You'll be glad you did. Trust me. You can try it out on that patch of dirt over there. Wait! I almost forgot.
Funds!
Marbles?
You'll need to purchase supplies. I believe we can trust you with our funds. And last, but not least,
Healing juice. Mana potion.
I trust you'll be careful on this journey. But if things go awry, don't hesitate to use one of these.
Wilhelm has given us quite a few supplies, and if we decide to look at our inventory, we can also see a few extra details too. A lot of the items that we'll find within this game are very much items that look like modernized commodities, if that makes sense. Or magicalized commodities. Case in point, this healing juice here tastes faintly of lemon. There's good enough reason to believe that this might just be straight up lemonade or lemon soda. These mana potions are made from pitaya fruits. In other words, papayas, by another name. All packaged up in a little juice box that you'd probably find from a typical counter shop. But more pressingly, time seeds. Time seeds are how you save your progress. Don't worry, you won't need to worry about a limited number of them or anything like that. Wilhelm was essentially telling us that from here on out, we can save our
What should I
progress at
do?
these patches of grass.
I want to record our...
And you'll notice that every time we plant one of those seeds, there's yet another one of these swords. Why a sword exactly? You got me. Maybe it's some sort of metaphor? I don't know.
Ready to sleep now, CrisTales?
I guess so.
We may go to sleep, but that doesn't mean that we don't have something else to look forward to, like a dream.
CrisTales, are you all right? I heard you cry out in the night.
Was it just a dream?
Sheesh, she ruined her tent. But then again, it's only to be expected. Anyone would be upset after seeing something traumatic like that. Hello, Goblin. So, goblins.
They appear to have us surrounded.
I thought we left them all behind.
We don't have time to deal with this right now.
We can't get around them.
Then I guess it's time to show them what we can do.
This is also a practical tutorial for Wilhelm.
Now watch carefully, children, as I demonstrate the results of years of research.
What are you talking about?
In addition to my normal attacks, I can summon Euchandra Goris, Euchandra for short. Let me show you how it's done. First, select Skill. Then select Offensive, followed by Poison. Finally, select Throw Euchandra.
It sounds like a lot of information, but you'll get it quickly within practice. Wilhelm's big shtick revolves around Euchandra, or living Eucharu, essentially. Or Yucca, take your pick. These Yucca that you can throw at enemies can do a variety of things, such as explode things, dealing damage,
Great!
poison
You just
targets,
poisoned an enemy.
or
Poison will deal damage.
heal allies.
What do you think will happen if you send that poisoned enemy into the future, CrisTales?
And remember, ailments like burn and poison don't just have the application of, well, dealing damage over time. If you yeet them into the future, you'll remove the debuff, but deal
Poison
a
will take
massive
effect
damage
all
at once.
Exactly.
Similarly, yeet an enemy into the
Now,
past.
it's my turn again. I'm going to plant one of my little Euchondra on the other side. One more time. Select skill, then select offensive, followed by poison, and finally plant Euchondra.
Going further into Wilhelm, his Euchondra are multifaceted. They can be used for offensive and defensive purposes, and when you select an action, you can either choose to have it be an immediate effect, or a delayed effect.
Now, bring the enemies back to the present so time advances for them.
By planting a Euchondra and advancing time, or waiting a ridiculous amount of turns, you can have them produce a more powerful effect now. Case in point.
Wow, every enemy on that side is poison now.
Yes, the spores of the plant are just as poisonous as the root. And they spread easily over the wind. I'm sure there are lots of other ways we can mix our magic.
That was great, young warriors, but we still have a fight to finish.
Donk. The unfortunate part of this is, if you apply an ailment to an enemy and yeet them into the past, or say, apply an... Actually, yeah, just apply an ailment to an enemy and then cycle back their flow of time, it will repeal the ailments and there won't be any effect. Just keep that in mind. And at that, it's also a dumb idea to poison an already poisoned enemy. Nothing's gonna happen. Wilhelm's basic attack, and at that, the basic attacks of most of your other party members will be different from how CrisTales works. Case in point, this is a much slower attack. Let's give you... And at that, have a water bottle.
That was impressive, Maestro.
I was expecting a time mage could slow time or turn them all to dust or something.
Space mages like you always overdo everything. We time mages prefer solutions that are a little more elegant. No two time mages are the same. I rediscovered an ancient way of using time magic to affect the growth rates of plants. It has proven to be a potent weapon in combat.
Let us carry on, shall we?
Proper use of your party members and gimmicking with time is going to be how you progress your battles. So get used to it now, because it will only get more complicated in the future. Trust me. At that, one final item to note. If you send an enemy that's already in their past state further into the past, or an enemy that's already in their future state further into the future, you'll push them beyond the boundary of their limit, dealing massive damage immediately. You won't necessarily be able to do this all the time, but in few instances that you can, it can be incredibly powerful. At that, just because you deal damage to an enemy doesn't mean that rewinding their place in time is going to undo that damage. If we do something like this, to better display it, we could try to poison that enemy off. They're going to keep their damage, essentially. To help display that, let's defend a few times. Oh, whoa, 0? Can't exactly get past there because the gate is blocking the way.
I can't open this door.
Seems like the lock is on the other side.
And no, before you ask, it's not like we could reach our hands past the bars and pick the lock. It's more complicated than that. Oh, one lone little enemy. How precious. It's not gonna stand a chance. Homage saplings will be your very first source of electrical damage. When it comes to elements within this game, I want to say there are like 6 technically, including physical. There's fire, water, earth, wind, poison, and physical. Every single enemy in the game will either be strong to, weak to, or take neutral damage from any one of a myriad of elements. And at that, it's also good to manage your everything. At some point, I am getting to heal Wilhelm up because he's taking a lot of damage. You take a lot of damage too, don't you? There we go. Go to skills and heal us up. That should tell that. And with that, it might also be good to open up this shortcut, just in the case that we come back here. We also get a ringing bell.
Looks like I can unlock it from this side.
At least from what I've played in the game, there doesn't seem to be any specific tenacity or panacea-type items. There are, however, a bunch of items to heal each individual ailment that exists in the game. The ringing bell, if I remember correctly, repeals mute. A muted ally will not be able to use any skills whatsoever. Actually, come to think of it, there are a lot of different ailments that you can encounter in the game, period. Some of them are simple, you know, standard poison and burn, heal chip in over time, that type of stuff. But others are a little more complicated. Later on in the game, there will be an ailment named Charm, which you might not realize what it does. I didn't, because the game doesn't exactly give you any tooltips or anything like that to explain what ailments do. You kind of have to feel it out yourself. That I've noticed, Charm prevents you from being able to perform any action. You can select actions, sure, but you can't power them up or otherwise resist damage any easier. And yes, this game does in fact have a Doom ailment. Not a typical Doom ailment, though.
I do not recall the forest creatures being quite so aggressive, or seeing quite so many different species in this part of the world.
Yeah, something's changed around here.
Could something be happening to make them more aggressive?
There's no way for us to know. For now, let's just focus on getting out of here alive.
That's the proper way to go. That means I think I missed the chest. Yes, I did. I might want that. Yeah, let's double you. 2. And since you've already done your attack actions, let's eat you as a feature. Because you are an elder enemy, so I can push you past your limit. Throwing a Yuga isn't exactly a great idea. So I'm just gonna need to dunk you. There we go. And a rainbow tea. Rainbow tea is specifically for CrisTales more often than not. It restores CP to her. Yeah, it just cures stun. That's kinda lame, actually. That means there are 2 items now that cure stuff, because there's the bell here, but there's also coffee that you can get later on in the game that will not only do that, but also grant you a speed bump. The coffee's better.
CrisTales, what do you want to do?
And all things considered,
I want to record our
save. Because we've got a powerful fight right here. But we're not meant to win. You can try your hardest against these guys, but they simply deal too much damage too fast and take too little. I definitely got the order of that wrong. Oops. Oh well. Again, you're not meant to win this fight.
What gives? You never see wolves this angry. If this keeps up, I'm not sure we're going to make it to St. Clarity.
No! What if I...
CrisTales!
Stay down, we'll...
This battle is over!
This is what happens when CrisTales gets pushed too far. She is a very powerful mage.
What did you do?
Erased those wolves from causality.
She broke the crystals.
How is that possible?
It's not.
I don't know what happened. What did I do?
You had no choice in the matter, CrisTales. You were only trying to protect us.
No, I mean, the power. My power. It's gone.
You might have overused it. I read something about that in an ancient text once.
We will continue this discussion in St. Clarity. For now, it is time to leave.
At that, for the moment, we're completely unable to use our crystal powers. No yeeting any more enemies into the past or future, for the moment. We will get them back, don't worry. And I think around here, actually, was where that surface world chest was. Not around the walls, but... I think this direction. No, was I misremembering? Weird. Okay, whatever. Let's go to St. Clarity.
Are you all right, Christopher?
Now look who's acting strange.
Leave me alone. I've just been missing my mother's food, that's all.
We are not here to sample the cuisine. We should go to the cathedral to see if we can get CrisTales' powers back.
Christopher, you're a local, right? Show us the way to the cathedral. Lead the way. We'll follow the sound of your stomach rumbling.
In a bit. I need to take care of something first. I'm sorry. I'll catch up with you later.
This is so much fun!
Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah, but it's the only fun thing in town.
Bloodside is known for this. For how the slums here get flooded with water. And unfortunately, for little shits that they mistake it for an amusement ride and get yeeted into the sewers.
Hey, wait a second! Somebody... Oh no!
I suppose that somebody is going to be us.
But I don't have my time powers. I don't think I can help.
Powers or not, you can still guide the future. Everything we do today determines what is to come.
Maestro, you're right. Let's go.
Time to go save the little shit kid.
Don't worry, we'll save you.
And unfortunately, we're also put into a hard situation. For the moment, this enemy will feel like a boss fight. It's not. We'll get a better way to manage them later. But for the moment, poison. We don't exactly have any real way to deal with this thing outside of hitting it in the face. And it's constantly going to be throwing out poison at us. You can try to poison it. It's not gonna work. Consider this your trial by fire for whether you know how to defend against attacks. Because defending against various attacks that enemies perform does more than you think. It doesn't just decrease the amount of damage that you take. In some cases, it can outright prevent an ailment from being applied. If you get a perfect parry, or a good enough timing on the parry, or this slime's poison attack, then it will just waste its turn. It won't deal any damage because the poison attack, by nature, only poisons. And you won't have to deal with the ailment. So you could go about your day, pretend like nothing happened. At that, know that there are 2 different timings for parrying an attack. And if an attack has multiple hits, you can likely parry all of those hits, period. Watch the tail of the enemy. In some cases, the enemy or your ally will flash either white or yellow, giving you a clue as to when the timing is or when you hit the button. If not the character, then some facet of their weapon will flash. It's very subtle for CrisTales, but it's not hard to time the attack. For Wilhelm, let's say your first button press for the attack is just as the attack connects. The second button press is when the flash at the end of his sickle is its brightest. There we go.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Thanks for the help, miss. You too, mister.
I'm sorry we didn't get to you earlier. I was powerless.
Enough. Do you hear yourself right now, CrisTales?
But Maestro, if I had my powers...
Even with your powers, you can't expect to make everyone happy. What's important is that we choose to do the right thing for those that need our help.
I guess you're right.
You did the right thing, CrisTales. You changed the future for the better.
Mister! Miss!
Oh, right. Sorry. Let's get you back to your mom.
Mario, are you okay? Thank you for saving him.
We're glad to be able to help.
I don't feel so good. Amigo, let's get some soup in you before you catch your death. You'll be better in no time.
Can vouch, that lady was speaking with a proper Colombian accent. I know this because family. Anyway, there's a few things that we could do around here. Talk to a few NPCs.
Why aren't you with Mom?
Christopher!
What do you guys want?
Well, we were hoping for some help. Although I guess we've managed to get by so far.
Wait, wasn't this place flooded before? What's going on?
That boy, Mario, got swept away by the waters. We had to fight a monster to save him.
I'm sorry. You needed me and I wasn't there to help. I let you down.
Christopher? What happened? Who are these people?
Nothing, Dad. These are my friends, CrisTales and Wilhelm. They're from Narim.
Oh, it's a pleasure, kids. The name's Armando. Are you refugees from Narim? I've heard...
No, sir. We're only travelers looking for the cathedral here in the city.
Sorry. I just got so wrapped up in this. The cathedral is inside the walled city. The area of town up those steps to the north. But they don't let just anyone up there. You need a special crest to enter the city. Lucky for us, I happen to have one. Let's go.
Are you going to speak to your mother?
This isn't about Mom. Or you. CrisTales has important business here. I'm going to help her.
Of course. Well, if you do see your mother, tell her... Oh, never mind.
Christopher joins the party. Again. Now, the big significance on why that poisonous slime would have been easier to fight with Christopher, it's weak to water. And Christopher happens to have the only water spell in the game so far. Yeah.
Yes. Need anything?
Yes, we're going to the walled city. I'm Christopher, Sophia's son.
That crest, you... I mean, please go ahead, sir.
This transit does take a bit. But, welcome to the walled city.
The city is beautiful. It must have been wonderful to grow up here, Christopher.
It was. My brother and I got up to all kinds of trouble.
Someone should inform these people that there's a war going on.
They know. St. Clarity has sent plenty of soldiers to fight, including my brother. He died protecting CrisTales, you know.
Yes, I know. There were a great many sacrifices that day. Thanks to those brave souls, the city still stands. For now.
Shall we focus for a moment? We should find the cathedral before some new dire fate befalls us.
Hey, wait a second. Is that Christopher?
Audrey! Are you taking apart grandfather clocks? Everyone, this is Audrey, an incredible inventor and a good friend.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Audrey. I'm CrisTales.
Chris and Chris, huh? Well, I don't actually work on clocks, although it's a perfectly respectable profession. I build mechanical creatures that are powered by the rubies. A lot of them are based on things I learned by studying the nearby ruins.
A magical automaton. It sounds like something out of an ancient legend.
And yes, we're gonna be seeing plenty of them.
The energy in rubies is certainly plentiful enough. I suppose it was only a matter of time until someone figured out how to advance the science.
Well, I was advancing until Enzo slashed my budget.
Don't tell me that prick has worked his way into the ruby business.
Oh well. I don't even want to tell you the rest. He's up at the courthouse doing all kinds of business.
He sounds unpleasant, but he is an important person here. Perhaps we should speak with him anyways. Before that, don't forget, we still need to find the cathedral.
Oh, that's right. It's a straight line to the west. You can't miss it.
Thanks for the help, Miss Audrey. We're off then.
If I remember correctly, this is the opportunity when we can go around, talk to people, do some side quests.
You heard.
Back off! I'm just trying to make a living here! Is the general against that, too?
Aren't you from Bloodside? How did you even get up here?
At that,
You're not from St. Clarity, right? Meow?
Excuse me?
No need to. Welcome to my store. Have a free souvenir as part of my new client program.
But we haven't bought anything yet.
No need to thank me. It's a special present just for you. Meow?
a ring!
Ahem. So, you're in the Wildcat Armory. Looking for anything in particular? Meow.
The Wildcat Armory has many different branches that we'll be able to use going forward. We can use their services for two different reasons. One, the general store. This is where you could buy your equipment, sell a few things. You can get quite a few different oddities and commodities here, ranging from basic rings to sandals to make your allies move a little faster, unique signets that only specific units can use, pendants, and of course, recovery items. Tents are among the bigger ones. You can only use a tent at a save point, but it will also let you max out all units' HP, MP, and CP. Very handy. I think I'm gonna buy one of these. Probably give it to you for the moment.
You're in the Wildcat
Oh, right. You can also talk to the shopkeep.
I've heard stories about CrisTales. They have crazy strong weaponry that no other kingdom can equal. Meow. At least, that's what my sister told me. I'd love to go there one day, meow. Too bad I can't leave my store alone, meow. You're in the Wildcat Armory.
The other purpose
Looking for
of the
anything
Wildcat
in particular?
Armory is time synthesis. If you have enough marbles, you can in fact improve your weapons, making them stronger, or just generally giving you better stats. We do in fact have enough to improve Wilhelm's scythe. So let's do that.
I just found out I can do magic. Cool, huh? You wouldn't even believe the things I'm learning at the university over in Tulira. Go on, test my knowledge.
What's a good way to deal with slimes?
It depends on the type of slime and its color, but the ones near Mount Thesea are weak against lightning. I've heard that there are slimes that became contaminated and turned poisonous. Those are really weak against water.
The reasoning on that one is water is actually pretty important for diluting chemicals. There's a big reason why if, say, you have a chemical burn, one of the first things that you want to do is apply a lot of water. And constantly running water, too. One, it's to wash out the chemical. Two, it's also to dilute it and render it neutral.
Thank you. I've learned a lot.
I just found... Cool, huh? You wouldn't even believe...
How do you defeat a mechanical enemy?
Psh, easy. You use lightning on them. They might even get stunned. And you can make them even more vulnerable to lightning by preparing them with the water blast.
Thank you. I've learned a lot.
Oh, you look shady as fuck.
Matthias, there's something wrong. I don't feel anything special here.
Agreed. If anything, this place feels somewhat dangerous.
That is indeed strange. And who is that fellow? Was there not supposed to be a Mother Superior here?
Right. But I don't see her.
Was there perhaps a different cathedral here once?
This is the same cathedral I grew up with. Except they changed the stained glass.
Why change yourselves when you can just change the fate that condemns you?
What?
Never mind. Perhaps the fact that the mural is missing has something to do with CrisTales not feeling a connection.
So what are we going to do now?
We need to figure out what happened here. Someone must know something. Let's try speaking with the priest.
Wilhelm being a time mage and showing that he's, very old. Unfortunately, he does have a point. Controversial words. Depending on the person, religion can be viewed as a construct. some means to convey knowledge through simple mnemonics and stories that anyone can pick up and learn. The whole deal with him saying, why change yourselves when you can change the fate that condemns you, is essentially stating, yeah, humans aren't likely to change, they're just going to frame things a different way. Cynical? Yes. But unfortunately truthful.
I am Father Miguel, the lady's humble disciple. I see that you are not members of my congregation. How can I help you?
I know this might seem like a strange question, but have there been any renovations to this cathedral in recent years?
We do have small renovations from time to time, but nothing major has changed in years.
I see. Why do those murals show a crowning?
I wonder how much he looks like the guy who paid for this installation.
I know all about the regular doctrine. But here in St. Clarity, we believe that the people who take care of us are the lady's hands in this world.
Is that why you changed out the stained glass?
Oh, that was years ago. I doubt many people even remember the old one.
Do you happen to know what happened to the old glass mural they removed?
I wouldn't know. But perhaps General Enzo, the leader of the city, might remember. He was the one who ordered it. If my mind doesn't fail me, he should be in the courthouse of the city. As always.
All right. Thank you for your help, Father.
Of course, my child. May the lady watch over you in your search.
But at least for this first of 2 sessions for showing off the first chapter of CrisTales, I'll probably end it here. So, thanks for tuning in. I genuinely appreciate it. I'll try to have the next one up as soon as I can, but I'll make no guarantees, unfortunately. I'm unfortunately a bit on the busy side. It shouldn't be too long. Regardless, if you ever want to catch up with CrisTales, we're running that Saturdays, so yeah. Tune in 8 a.m. to noon for that, or otherwise, if random games is your interest, the Friday is usually where you'll find me. I'm trying to remember where the save point was.
There's no need to go here.
I guess I'm gonna have to go down the flood side for it. Well, anyway. At that, even after the game clearing ends, feel free to tune in for
Shall
other
we
game
make a
clearings
record of our
too
adventure,
on
CrisTales?
Saturdays as well.
I want to record our...
At that, with the Silicon Amateur Games Expo on our doorstep, I'm going to have to look into doing weekly videos for that too at some point. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Considering how busy I've been lately, I'm not sure if I can do full videos for it anymore. But I'll do my best. Regardless, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, eat something tasty. Y'all deserve it. And again, another geek night.